Good morning, one and all. Let us discuss about braking system in today's lecture. This is the syllabus: mechanical braking system, hydraulic braking system, master cylinder, wheel cylinder tandem, master cylinder, requirements of brake fluid, pneumatic and vacuum brakes. So, what is a brake? A brake is a mechanical device that inhabits motion by absorbing energy from a moving system. It is used for slowing or stopping a moving vehicle, wheel, axle, or to prevent its motion, most often most often accomplished by means of friction. It means a brake is a mechanical device which absorbs the kinetic energy of a moving vehicle and it stops the moving vehicle with the help of the friction. So that is brake. So in today's class we will learn about different types of brakes which we have. The first one is drum type brake. So here in drum type of brake, so this, let us look at this parts first. This is the brake drum, this is the brake shoe, this is the lining, and this is the spring, this is the wheel hub, and this is the cam. Now when brake is applied, now what happens is this cam will rotate. As a result, the drum shoe will come and attach to this brake drum. This brake shoe will come and get attached to this brake drum. So as a result, what happens is the moving vehicle will get stopped. So this is how the drum braking system will work. Next one is disc braking system. This is also a hydraulic braking system. This is the master cylinder. So now what happens is when you press the pedal, this piston will move. As a result, the fluid in the master cylinder will also move. So see, this is the detailed view of the disc brakes which you have. So this is the rotating wheel and these two are the frictional linings. Now when this fluid comes, it will push both the frictional linings towards the rotating disc. It means your uh, the disc which is mounted over your vehicle tire. So now what happens is, now when you're pressing the pedal, this fluid is coming and these two frictional linings are stopping this rotating wheel. Now when you remove the pedal, this fluid will again go back, and because of the spring action, the piston will also move back. So this is how the disc braking system will work. So the first one which I have explained is the mechanical braking system. This is the cam, this is the brake drum, this is the lining, this is brake shoe, and this is the brake plate, and this is the anchor pin. So now what happens is when you apply a brake, this cam will rotate like this in this direction, and this brake lining will go and get attached to the brake drum. As a result, the vehicle will stop. And now when you remove your pedal, this cam will again change its position and you can start your vehicle. Next one is hydraulic driving system, hydraulic braking system. In case of hydraulic braking system, so these are the springs and these are the pistons. When you apply brake, now the fluid will enter into this cylinder and it pushes both the pistons. As a result, the brake drum the brake shoes will go and get attached to the brake drum, and the moving vehicle will stop. So once you remove the pedal and when the fuel goes back, because of the spring action, the brake shoe will again move back. So this is how the hydraulic braking system works. Next is the properties of braking fluid. First one is materials compatibility. It means it should not react with the materials present in the system. Next it is anti-corrosion. It means it should not get corrode. Next is thermal stability. It means whether you have high temperatures or cold temperature, the properties of braking fluid should not change. Next is oxidative resistance. It means it should not get oxidated. Means it should not react with the oxides present in the air. Next one is a pneumatic braking system. Here we have a compressor for compressing the air present externally, and this is a main reservoir where the pneumatic, it means the air will get stored, and this is the valve that is present in driver's hand, and this is the control valve. Now what happens is when you apply the brake through the control valve, the air will enter into the distributor valve, and from distributor valve it will go to the brake cylinder. Now here we have the brake shoe and this is the piston. This brown color one is the piston. Now once the air enters here, it will start pushing the piston forward, and as a result the brake shoe will go and stop this vehicle. And once you remove the pressure over this, it means when you remove your pedal back, because of the spring action, this piston will move back and the air which is present will also come back. So this is how the pneumatic braking system works. Next one is a vacuum braking system. Here the entire system is completely vacuumized. So this is the exhauster, this is the vacuum pump, and here this is a vacuum reservoir. So everything is filled with vacuum. Once the atmospheric air enters into this vacuum chamber, now at this condition, see, when your fixed pivot moves backward, this linkages will also start moving backward, and as a result the atmospheric air will enter inside and it will push the piston back. As a result, this linkage will also move forward and it will stop this wheel. So this is how the vacuum braking system will work. So these are the different types of braking systems which we have in automobile engineering. Thank you for listening.